We're back.
We're back.
We're back. Actually, I'm back, and he's here. He's always been here. I left. No, you left, and I'm here. He's back, and I'm here.
Is this from The Shining or something?
I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about some stuff.
Always been here, Mr. Torrance.
I want to mention something because we talked about it last week. What we talked about last week was how somebody was doing a tribute to Rick James, wasn't it? Rick James thing?
Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but I remember you talking about
Well, this week...
It's Super Freak.
Super Freak. This week, it's called Satisfaction. So who's that going to be? The Rolling Stones. This weekend, on Friday and Saturday night at the West Salem Springs Cherokee Casino, they've got a show called Satisfaction. And it is also, again, authorized by the Stones.
You know,
and Mick Jagger, if you saw that recent show of his, sorry to cut you off,
no.
He's not a slouch when it comes to details. That guy's domineering. He pushed around Scorsese pretty much. Scorsese said it was no fun working with him. So I can't imagine being a Rolling Stone authorized cover band. I mean, this is cool. Satisfaction is going to be here at the West Silent Springs Cherokee Casino.
Because Keith was too whacked out on everything to care. As long
of course,
as
he's had his blood changed out in Switzerland 3 or 4 times.
He died 10 years ago.
Anyway, so... And I'm telling you this because the Cherokee Casino's got new stuff coming. In the future, we're going to be telling you things about the Cherokee Casino. It's going to blow your mind.
It's going to rip the top of your head clean off.
All right, anyway, let's go on. What else is going on? What else were we going to mention? The Elders, you saw them.
Yes. Great show. We got a great interview.
I didn't get to see them.
With Ian. Talked about, you know, music, and then I had him do what... Oh, I'm giving it away.
Yeah, no. They're going to show a bunch of it.
Next week, the Elders. You need to tune in.
Edited. I'll tell you what, and I want to say something too. One of the Elders is one of my best friends, and I didn't get to be there.
John, was it?
I had to go. No, it was Joe Michelon. Joe Michelon, the keyboard player. I had to go at an emergency meeting in Jefferson City, and up to Kansas City for business. So I hooked my wife up to go out to dinner with them. Of course, they've been friends for years too.
Tuco,
and I know his wife too.
Tuco.
But just to give you one little bit, if you're a constant reader of the Current, you know about a year ago I did a story about me being stuck in Jamaica in the 70s. Kind of couldn't come back to the States very well because of the police were after me. We won't go into the story, but I was starving and didn't know what to do because I was tired of diving for black coral. I was living up in the hills at a guy named Stanford Lightfoot's shack. And I walked in. No, listen. I walked in, and this isn't a story that you read about a year ago in the Current. I stumbled into the very first Sunsplash in Montego Bay. The first one was over in Kingston in a very political event. The second one was in Montego Bay. I stumbled in, tired, alone, totally ready to give up on life almost, and there I heard a voice I knew, which was Scotty Korchek lead singer of a band called the Blue Ribbon Band, and Joe Michelon. And I got right in front and started waving. These are people from Kansas City I've known my lives. Scotty Korchek was a soul singer when I was a kid. Anyway, and I was waving at him, and they recognized me, took me backstage, passed a hat around and collected hundreds of dollars, which helped me finance my trip back to the States because I didn't have a passport. Financed my trip back to the States and started my life back on the road to where I am today.
As Tom Barlow.
Honest and straight as a human being. That's a weird. That was Joe Michelon, and I missed him. Of course, I see him all the time when I go to Kansas City.
I don't know, folks.
Can we leave the story in there?
Yeah,
it's in. It's in. Okay. So that's the story. That's my story about Joe Michelon.
Get you some help.
No, but it was so great to be alone in Jamaica and hear their voices and get taken backstage. And Jamaicans are rich guys. They passed the hat. Everybody, when they heard my story, gave me money to get back with, to get a cabin ship back to Miami.
Oh, there's a book in this somewhere.
Anyway. All right, let's talk about what's going on. Some big things that are happening.
Yes. Hey!
Hey! Well, here's a couple things. I got an announcement that most people don't know about. BOK Center. Aerosmith is coming to BOK Center.
Whoa, you're lying to me.
No. Aerosmith, July 30th, just announced this morning. But what I know that's not even on the web. And what I also know that nobody else really knows, because it's not even on the web, is who's opening for him.
Who?
Oh, it's not written there. It's in here. ZZ Top.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Duh. I reported that last week on the show.
They're playing with Aerosmith?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you watch the show last week?
To be okay. He didn't know they were.
Well, none of the tour dates.
I still had.
It was announced this morning.
All right, and also about all the. Let me tell you about all the shows that will be okay coming up. With no matter who it is, even Joyce Myers or Fleetwood Mac, Dane Cook. The only one sold out so far this year is Far Away in September is Taylor Swift. Out of all these acts,
she had the #2 album or #3 album of last.
Anyway, that's that.
I mean, it's #2.
Another little bit of news. If you were going to go see the Black Label Society at Cain's on the 26th. They're moved to Brady Theater. They sold out so much. Wow. So the Black Label Society, which is a pretty hardcore group, is going to be at Brady Theater on April 26th. Thought I'd give you some news.
The Toadies?
Whatever.
You remember the Toadies, don't you? The Toadies is good stuff, kid.
Well, let's just go on some more, okay?
Okay. Well,
he likes the Toadies. You got
Toadies
it?
Are good.
Toadies. Okay.
Totally worth it.
Here's something else going on. Friday the 17th. He's still talking. Friday the 17th, Stoney LaRue is going to be at Buffalo Run. Stoney LaRue's going to be Buffalo Run. If you want to go see something big out there. And we can't forget what's going on the 17th and the 18th up in Pryor. Bikelahoma.
With Jackal.
David Allen Coe on Friday. Texas Hippie Coalition, which I've heard is great.
Pedal Point.
And Pedal Point on Friday. One more minute. And Saturday, we all know who's going to be there is Jackal. Okay?
Jackal!
Let's see what else is going to go on. Let's see what else is going on that we might want to mention. I already mentioned Satisfaction. And there's one that I've never heard of before. The Bluehemians. What a neat name. And it'll be blues for sure at Mooney's up in Monkey Island. I mean, it's up in Disney. But the Bluehemians, very interesting.
You almost
thing.
said Monkey Island, didn't you?
No, I almost said Monkey Island. There is a Monkey Island.
I know.
Okay, but this isn't that. It's in Disney. And I want to mention one more. So we got a minute left, right? A few seconds?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Up at the Fly Trap on Monday the 20th, at the Fly Trap in Tulsa is going to be the Wailers, which has got the young Ziggy, but all of Bob Marley's bands on this tour. Oh. So this is the Wailers with Ziggy Marley.
Okay, don't go anywhere.
That's a big deal.
We got Mikey B coming up with a little rock and roll memory lane. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.